Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Fishaholic. Today I'm going to discuss about shellfish breeding and hatchery management. Before starting a video, it's a request, if you are new to this channel, please do subscribe to my channel, like, share and comment on my videos. So let's start the video. First we will see the introduction part. So first we will see about the prawn, and in next parts we will see about crabs and other shellfish species. So first of all we will be seeing about prawns. So there are different species of prawn. First is tiger prawn, which is Penaeus monodon, Penaeus indicus, Penaeus mergantiferus, Penaeus japonicus, Penaeus semiculatus. Metapenaeus species are Metapenaeus monocerosus, Metapenaeus dobsoni, and other species of Parapinopsis. And next is countries in which the prawn culture is mainly done. So it is China, Taiwan, Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines. Next is the different characteristic of female and male prawns. So male are of 37 mm carapace length is there, and 35 gram of body weight is generally seen. In females, 47 mm of carapace length is seen, whereas body weight is about 68 gram. And in farms, male of 20 gram and 31 mm are generally stocked or reared. Female of 41.3 gram and 39 mm are cultured or reared. Male reproductive organs are testes located in the cephalothorax above the hepatopancreas. So testes in the prawn are located in the cephalothorax above the hepatopancreas, whereas in females, next the male spermatozoa produced by the lobules testes agitated and stored in the bag secreted by wall of differentia, which is called as spermatophore. Spermatophore is the area where the sperms are produced or spermatozoa are produced. Spermatozoa are small in size, which is 3 micron only, and lack flagellum. Ovary are produced in the anterior lobe, lateral lobe, which is dorsal of hepatopancreas, or abdominal lobe, dorsal lateral to intestine. So ovary is present in the anterior lobe, in the dorsal part of hepatopancreas, or on the abdominal lobe, dorsal lateral to intestine. Oviduct originate from sixth lobe. Keep in mind guys, oviduct originate from the sixth lobe leading to the external genital aperture located on the coxa of third periopod. In female, oviduct is on third periopod, and in male it is on the fifth pleopod. The petasma is present on the first pleopod. So in males the petasma is present, whereas in female the petasma is not present. Okay guys, in the prawns, in male the presence of petasma in first pleopod, and petasma formed by a fusion of endopodite of first pleopod along their inner margin. So पेटस्मा किस तरह से फॉर्म होता है, एंडोपोडाइट जो होता है फर्स्ट प्लियोपोड का वो इनर मार्जिन से अटैच्ड होता है, तब हमारा पेटस्मा फॉर्म्ड होता है फर्स्ट प्लियोपोड में इन द मेल्स. नेक्स्ट वी विल सी थैलाइकम प्रेजेंट इन फीमेल thoracic. Thalaicum is the organ present in female thoracic stemma between preopod fourth and fifth. So थैलाइकम जो हमारा ऑर्गन है वो प्रेजेंट होता है हमारे थॉरेसिक स्टेम में बिटवीन द प्रियोपोड ऑफ फोर्थ एंड फिफ्थ okay, in for storing the spermatophore. In males it is present to store the spermatophore. Next is gonopore, present in male in fifth walking legs, whereas female third walking leg. कीप इन माइंड गोनोप्रो जो होता है गोनोप्रो वो हमारा मेल में हमारा प्रेजेंट होता है फिफ्थ वॉकिंग लेग पे, जबकि फीमेल पे हमारा प्रेजेंट होता है थर्ड वॉकिंग लेग में. ओके गाइज. नेक्स्ट इज सेक्सुअल मैच्योरिटी. फीमेल inseminated by male each time. Okay, hard shelled male mates with the freshly matured और molted female. freshly molted जो हमारा जो hard shelled male होता है वो जनरली मेट करते हैं freshly molted females के साथ. and the ovaries dark green color due to accumulation of carotenoid pigments. so हमारी जो ovaries होती है प्रॉन फीमेल में वो डार्क ग्रीन कलर की होती है. क्यों? क्योंकि उस पर कैरोटेनॉइड पिगमेंट प्रेजेंट होता है और एक्यूमुलेट होता है. यूनिलेटरल एग स्टॉक एबुलेशन क्या होता है? यूनिलेटरल एग स्टॉक एबुलेशन कब करते हैं हम? ब्रीडिंग कराने से पहले, जब स्पॉनिंग होने वाली होती है उससे पहले हम क्या करते हैं? यूनिलेटरल आई स्टॉक एबुलेशन करते हैं. एट दिस रिमूव वन ऑफ द X organ sinus glands complex which produces ovary inhibiting hormones so that block in ovary development is removed. so जो हमारा ये X organ होता है वो क्या करता है? हार्मोन्स प्रोड्यूस करता है जो कि हमारे ओवरियन डेवलपमेंट को रोकता है. तो इसे रिमूव करके हम ओवरियन डेवलपमेंट को इंक्रीज कर सकते हैं और जो ये ओवरियन इनहिबिटिंग हार्मोन प्रेजेंट होता है उसको रिमूव कर सकते हैं हम थ्रू unilateral eye stalk ablation. So as you all know, unilateral eye stalk ablation is for removal of ovarian development inhibiting hormones. Okay. In species prawn having open thelycum, mating take place between hard shelled male and hard shelled female. जिनमें थलाइकम ओपन होता है, जिन प्रॉन्स में जो हमारे मेल प्रॉन है उनमें थलाइकम ओपन होगा तो मेटिंग किस में होगी? हार्ड शेल्ड मेल एज वेल एज हार्ड शेल्ड फीमेल में. काउंटर शिपमेंट और मेटिंग टाइम कंटिन्यू फॉर हाफ एन आवर टू 3 hours. काउंटरशिप और जो मेटिंग हमारी होती है वो फॉर हाफ एन आवर टू 3 hours तक हमारी चलती है. फीमेल विथ फुल्ली डेवलप्ड ओवरी स्पॉन ड्यूरिंग नाइट बिटवीन 10 PM to 2 AM. सो जो फुल्ली मैच्योर्ड है, फुल्ली ओवरीज जिनकी स्पॉनिंग के लिए रेडी है, वो नाइट टाइम पे हमारी ब्रीडिंग होगी और स्पॉनिंग होगी 10 PM to 2 PM तक. एग्स रिलीज बाय अ कॉन्ट्रैक्शन ऑफ cephalothoracus and abdominal muscle. Eggs excreted through female gonopro which is present on third priopod as you all know for stored sperm released from the thelycum, and the stored sperm are coming from the thelycum, and the release of egg is taken place with the help of contraction of cephalothorax and abdominal muscles. Next is eggs are greenish in color and sperm are whitish in color. As you all know, sperm are non-flagellated. I have already told you these are immotile, come in contact by a passive collision. Passive collision के through हमारा mix-up होता है with the eggs. Entire process takes or last for only about 2 minutes or up to 4 minutes. Only 2 to 4 minutes अब की हमारी फर्टिलाइजेशन की प्रोसेस होती है. फेकेंडिटी रेंजेस फ्रॉम 2 to 10 lakh पर फीमेल्स. 2 to 10 lakh होती है विद एन एवरेज ऑफ 5 lakh. एवरेज हमारा कितना होता है? 5 lakh होता है और 2 से 10 लाख तक हमारे पर फीमेल फेकेंडिटी हो सकती है. एग्स कितना डायमीटर होता है? एग्स का 250 to 300 mm डाया होता है. फर्स्ट मायोटिक डिवीजन टेक प्लेस 2 to 5 मिनट में होता है. सेकेंड मायोटिक डिवीजन टेक प्लेस बिटवीन 8 to 14 hours आफ्टर स्पॉनिंग. कम इन कॉन्टैक्ट विद वाटर, एक्सक्लूडेड jelly like substances from the corticocrypts of egg, same completed within 18 hours. So this process take about, as you all know, हमारी spawning में लगता है 2 to 4 minutes, whereas in complete process of fertilization and egg formation and generation of new So it takes about 30 minutes. The jelly-like substance harden into tough, transparent sheet shell, which is hatchling development. It is hatchling development. जो हमारा सॉफ्ट जो जेली लाइक सब्सटेंस था वो हार्डन हो जाता है और वो लेता है अबाउट 12 to 15 minutes and which is known as a hatching envelope and it is post spawning process. Pathogenic organisms, this hatching envelopes acts as a seal against the पैथोजेनिक ऑर्गेनिज्म एंड टॉक्सिकेंट. सो जो हमारे हैचिंग एनवलप डेवलप होती है जेली लाइक होती है पहले सब्सटेंस, वो हार्डन हो जाती है अबाउट 12 to 15 मिनट्स आफ्टर पोस्ट स्पॉनिंग. वो क्या एक्ट करती है, सील्ड की तरह एक्ट करती है फॉर द पैथोजेनिक ऑर्गेनिजम्स एंड द टॉक्सिकेंट. फर्स्ट क्लीवेज इज होलोब्लास्टिक विच टेक्स 30 to 60 minutes एज आई ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू. And fertilized eggs are 4 to 8 cells, then unfertilized eggs are only 2 cells. Then there is a flow cytometry method for monitoring the fertilization rate and incubating fertilized eggs in presence of DNA fluorescent dye. This is the process through which we can see the fertilization process, how the fertilization rate is there. So by keeping the eggs in the presence of DNA fluorescent, we can do a flow cytometry. Newly hatched Nauplius larvae are formed, which is 0.34 mm in size and dark yellow in color, oval in shape, having a 3 pair appendages, uniramus which is antennae, biramus are antenna and mandible. Appendages locomotory, antenna are most active ones in the 3 of them. Next is Nauplius नॉन फीडिंग स्टेज. इट इज़ अ नॉन फीडिंग. अगर आपको पूछा जाए इन प्रॉन कल्चर और प्रॉन ब्रीडिंग विच इज़ अ नॉन फीडिंग स्टेज, देन यू विल आंसर द Nauplius one. Utilize the reserved nutrients of the egg stage in it. Molt once in 4 to 6 hours and 6 nuclei stages are present. 6 nuclei stages are present in the prawn. And duration of nuclei stages is 36 to 48 hours. 36 to 48 hours के लिए हमारी 6 nuclei stages will be there. Then the next one is protozoa. Start feedings after 3 moles. So protozoa has three stages. Then mysis lasts for 3 days, during which they molts for 3 times. In protozoa they molts for 3 times, and in mysis also it lasts for 3 days and they molt for 3 times. Exopodite are of thoracic appendages, helps in swimming during the mysis stages, and endopodites are natinatory in this stage. The exopodites are natinatory in this phase or this stage of development. Protozoa are filter feeder and protozoa and mysis are filter feeder stages of the prawn. Protozoa first eats isochrysis, second stage eats Chaetoceros and Cylindrotricha, whereas third stage Platymonas and Spirulina can be fed to the protozoa, whereas mysis stage eats unicellular algae, zooplankton like brine shrimp, which is Artemia, and Nauplii. Then post larva are carnivorous. So protozoa and mysis are filter feeders, whereas post larva are carnivorous. 5 pleopods fully developed, used for swimming. Preopods walking and grasping. Nauplius and protozoa stage exhibit attractant to low intensity of light. So जो हमारी Nauplius and protozoa है वो exhibit करती हैं, attract करती हैं towards the low light. Whereas third stage mysis post larva do not attract to the light. Protozoa very active swimmer. Larva remains in the bottom up layer up to mysis stage. So protozoa जो लार्वा स्टेज है हमारी वो बॉटम में रहती है जब तक उसकी माइसिस स्टेज नहीं आ जाती. दे कम टू द सरफेस ओनली इन द पोस्ट लार्वा स्टेजेस. नाउ द टेक्नोलॉजी ऑफ हैचरी केम फ्रॉम द this country, which is named as Hundiga. Hundiga, Japanese scientist, sorry, it comes from a Japanese scientist, which is Hundiga. Japanese scientist first successfully breed and rear the larva of prawn. So Japanese system में क्या होता है? Japanese system और community culture और fertilized system. These are the name of 3 names which is used for Japanese system. Rearing of spawn, hatching and larva done in a same container. Large cement tank of 60 to 200 tons capacity is used. Fresh seawater to a height of 0.4 meter is applied or is maintained. Spawners at the rate 1 spawner per meter cube of tank capacity in cage nets are kept in this system. Water regularly fertilized with the nutrients to promote the blooms or diatoms. Diatom blooms should be of 5000 to 2000 cell per ml of concentration. From first mysis to 4th day of post larva, fresh water pumped every day. Water level rises to 2 meter. For mysis, supplementary feed is given, which is Artemia eggs. Post larva crest waste of clay mate is given. Then our next system is Glaveston system. In this system, rearing of brood stock, spawning, hatching larva, rearing and live feed culture are done separately in separate containers. As you see in Japanese, it is done in a single container. Everything, rearing of spawn, hatching and larva rearing, is done in a single container, whereas in Glaveston it is done separately. Everything is separated in the separate container. Newly hatched nuclei, larger tanks are used, 2000 liter of capacity. Plastic pool at the rate of 50 nuclei per liter of water is stocked. Seawater of 32 to plus minus 2 ppt pumped into a larger container. Nuclei 200 liter mixed phytoplankton Ketoceros 2 lakh cells per ml are pumped in the culture tank. Protozoa feed on the phytoplankton. Mysis feed on the frozen Branchionus at the rate of 100 rotifers larvae per day, whereas post larvae are feed on the diatom moina at the rate of 20 per larva per day. Next is our last water pump to a reservoir treated with 8 to 100 ppm chlorine. Dichlorinated sodium thiosulfate is used. Temperature should be maintained 28 degrees Celsius plus minus 2, found suitable for development of prawns. Average range should be 24 to 32 degrees Celsius to develop a prawn larvae. Salinity should be 27 ppt to 34 ppt. Light intensity below 1000 lux inhibited for the development of protozoa to mysis. pH should not be exceeded to 8.2 to 8.5 and ammonia nitrate above 6.5 mg. Ammonia should be 0.1 above 0.1 ml above 0.1 milligram liter, and nitrite should be above 0.5 mg per liter. So here we end the first part of the shellfish breeding and hatchery management. Do follow me for more such videos and don't forget to like, share and comment on my videos.